I believe this election will show that also. It'll show that what this election was about was new leadership for the city, and that is the way it is with democracies. We move on to new leadership. The hot words of the campaign will soon be distant echoes. We must begin to look ahead, not backward. And in doing so, I ask that we be guided by the idea that my call for conciliation is accompanied by a call for brotherhood, because absent the one, the other will remain abandoned. During my term of office, you can count on me to be an activist mayor. I'll not remain silent while our city is in trouble. I will speak out when I see uneven standards applied. I'll lift my voice when I hear injustice of any kind, and I won't even begin to think about pausing for breath until our city is being managed and is on the road to social and economic recovery. Our city can be likened to a book. Our city can be likened to a book. It's made up of chapters. Each chapter adds to the story. But we won't get past the first page of the new chapter unless the entire city comes with us. For all those who did not vote for me, I once again ask you, please give the future a chance with us all together. I ask you as sincerely as I know how, do not permit whatever your disappointment to steal the hope of tomorrow. I recognize that for some, that may be asking more than they are willing to give tonight. But I ask them, as the pain of the loss subsides, and as the new hope emerges for the future of the city, you are all welcome to join us. My government will not be a government, as I said during the campaign, of Republicans or Democrats. It'll be a government of Republicans and Democrats, of liberals, conservatives, of independents, of black and white, Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, Muslim, men, women, gay, lesbian, all groups, Asian Americans, all groups are part of this city. We recognize that. We embrace that. We realize the strides that were made over the last 4 years. We do not want to go back. We want to go forward. I will give you as much of myself as God permits. And I pray that I am kept strong for every one of you. I will need your strength to move on and tackle the difficult problems that lie ahead. We have a great chance now to go forward with the realization that a great city is defined not by its mayor, but by its people, all of its people. I have seen our people in every part of this city, in every community, in every racial, ethnic, and religious group. And if you look at our people, and if you listen to what they are saying to us, they're all saying the same thing. Please help us reduce crime. Yes. Please help us. Please help us reduce the scourge of drugs that is destroying us. Please help us find more jobs so that we can have a future that is better for our children than the present for us today. Please help us restore our public schools to the glory that they once were. This is the cry of all of our people. It's not a cry of any one race or religion or ethnic background. I've learned that by being in the neighborhoods of the city and listening to the people. That has to become our agenda. And by that standard, New York is poised to retake its place as the world's most celebrated city. Wherever we are tonight, in every community, in every neighborhood, we have the capacity to be the most distinguished people our nation and the world has ever known. That is my hope for all of us tonight. When people say the word New York, I want them to think of the best, the most creative, the most courageous government in the United States of America. We are entitled to nothing less. That is my hope. That is my hope. That is my hope. That is my hope for all of us tonight. The reality awaits our arrival about 6 o'clock in the morning. There is no way that I will ever be able to thank you. Many of you were here with me 4 years ago to reform and to change our city. You're here now. Many more have joined you. And before we're finished, the whole city will join us as we move forward to be a greater and a better city. God bless you. Wait a second. You've got to give me...
Rudolph Giuliani has just issued a clarion call for our city to come together, daring us to heal after this divided victory. He's not finished, though.
That I want you all to thank with me. Well, just a few that I believe deserve special thanks. You're absolutely right. There is no way.
Now, Mr. Giuliani will obviously thank many of his campaign workers and those for whom he owes this victory, thanking his wife, Donna Hanover Giuliani. In a sense, this was a speech of a healer, the type of speech that we heard 4 years ago on this night from the man whom he defeated this evening, David Dinkins. Many people would not necessarily think of Rudolph Giuliani as a healer, but he has reached out to other communities, to the minority communities. We have been told tonight that he will visit minority communities tomorrow to spread that message, and he has a apparently difficult task ahead of him. But throughout this campaign, he has often cited that the issues of crime, of joblessness, of hopelessness affect the poor areas of our city and the minority areas far more than they do the other white and some ethnic areas. So he will certainly be making that effort to reach out in the days ahead before he even is elected as mayor. He has said that we all share common bonds, that his son Andrew, whom he is talking about now, has the same common bonds of others. And I am reminded tonight that in a sense this really is a new beginning for the city, because the voters of New York, even by a very slim margin, have apparently rejected the stewardship of Mayor David Dinkins and have elected a younger, activist mayor who apparently is not afraid to take on new challenges, try new innovations in government. But he has also inherited a $2 billion budget deficit, so he must grapple with that first. So tonight, Mr. Giuliani will continue to accept the victory this evening, although he will go out tomorrow, he says, to start healing and reaching out across the city to try and make this historic victory of his tonight a reality for governing the city, and there's a difference in that. We're live at the Giuliani campaign headquarters. Back to you, John Corey.
Okay, thanks, Eric. So there you have it, and by my adding up anyway for the figures that are in, he won by about the same margin that he lost 4 years ago.
Unbelievable, huh?
Yep,
And also in Jersey now, we have the first female
woman governor, right?
Christy Todd Whitman.
First Republican mayor of New York City in 30 years since John Lindsay. So we enter this day, and this is, where are we, Wednesday? Right?
That's right, morning, a little after 2, John.
A little historical beginning to your morning, and thanks for being with us. We'll see you again. We'll see you tonight.